Poor Miles Tails.
Miles Callisto?
Miles Banana. Anyways, hi!
Welcome to Banana... Insert banana... Wait, no, that might get a little weird.
That is a little weird. Let's not
I'm
insert
gonna stop
bananas.
it right there.
Alright, so welcome to Insert Coin Theater.
Insert banana.
We are on episode 29. We're calling this episode Co-opted because we're talking about co-op gaming. Co-op.
This is an air horse I'm spanking.
What? Why would you spank... What? Why would you spank a horse above you?
Isn't that what jockeys do?
They
Horses are really big, Tim.
They are big.
Are you a giant and the horse is down here and you're spanking it real low? Because I'm not that big.
You're supposed to be riding the horse.
That's what they tell me. That's what they tell me.
This is going to be some episode. So, welcome to Insert Coin
It's
Theater.
going to be co-opted, all right.
Yeah, it'll be co-opted by
Horses.
and more.
And bananas.
And other
horses and bananas.
stuff. So,
Bananas.
Can you shut up for a minute?
Sorry.
So, welcome to Insert Coin Theater. 29th episode, talking about co-op gaming today. And I'm Tim.
I'm horse banana.
I'm
donkey banana.
Donkey banana?
Banana draft, baby.
Banana draft.
Bananas.
Give your real name so people know who you are.
I'm my real name. And my real name's me. I'm George.
Why are we
The
friends?
real name.
I don't
We're
know.
not. God, I'm tired of telling you that. It's getting old, man. It's getting old.
My life is old.
I don't know how to respond to that. I'm sorry.
Hey, this didn't update. It looks like I'm still streaming Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Are you kidding me?
I should probably fix this.
Sakes, man. Why are we so unprofessional? That's why we don't get paid for this. Because we're stupid.
Well, talk to the people.
Technical difficulty. Can I drink some liquid? I'm dying over here. It's like 7 bazillion degrees. We live in wherever this place is.
Germany?
Yes, Germany. Where the water drinks you.
Well, my little chat app is like, hey, you're live on Counter-Strike.
And I just want to let you guys know, yes, this does look questionable, but it is indeed just a remote.
Give me that.
I don't know why it was there.
We're not going to talk about that remote.
I came in here earlier, and I can't be a part of what goes down.
We're not going to talk about that.
First rule about Insert Coin Theater, you don't talk about black remotes on the desk.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway,
all right,
did
so,
you fix it yet?
I think I fixed it. I think we're good to go. Oh, my
What
phone's
is happening,
Whoa,
man?
whoa, my phone's getting rambunctious over here.
This is out of
It's like,
control.
All right.
I thought I was trying to summon the remote back.
I'm gonna refresh the page. With any luck, this will be fixed, and we'll get on with the show. I apologize for my lack of
I
professionality.
apologize too for his lack of smishmalities.
We're starting a little early.
Fatalities.
This time, so, all right. So, welcome to the
Babalities.
show and babalities.
Brutalities.
Good old Mortal Kombat.
And friendshipalities.
Friendalities.
I don't remember. I don't know what they were. I know there was like friendship something or other.
Yeah, there
Or
were.
like
I
one
don't
of them
remember
was like someone take.
Let's
take a
start the show,
selfie.
yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right. So let's start the show.
Whee!
Woohoo! Oh, hey, it helps if I click the right thing.
Oh my god! I made the robot face.
Insert Coin Theater.
Opa!
So we're back.
Hope you guys didn't see that part. Got weird.
Get weird during that intro. What's
Just us collapsing in the
Oh
back.
my god!
It's a spooky ghost.
It's a spooky ghost.
Let's show us a spooky friend. Spooky friend ghost.
Will he try to shower with us?
I don't know. Can ghosts shower?
They should.
It just
They'll
goes
smell
right through
bad.
them, doesn't
They'll
it?
smell bad.
Because they're spooky ghosts.
I'm doing the do right now.
Doing the baya.
The baya
The baya boys.
Baya boy. So why don't we get started on the
Sorry
show?
about all that. Nobody saw that.
You just pour some in your water.
I was thirsty.
You just poured Baja Blast in your water.
Now it's more than just water. Now it's water. Or water blast.
It's more than water now. It's disgusting.
What? It's incredible.
All right. So we're talking co-op.
We're
right?
not. We are. Something.
We're talking
talk
co-op
about
today. So, all right. So we need to define co-op for people because we were having trouble even knowing
I wouldn't
how
say
to define it.
knowing,
Well, we know. You know
we're
when
not
you play
dumb,
it. We're not
all right,
idiots.
people. We're not stupid. We get it.
He's stupid.
Yes.
All right. So what we need to do is we need to define
Set strict boundaries.
well, or loose boundaries that
No,
we can at
I don't
least
like them
apply.
loose. I like them tight and strict. All right. I don't want no loose anything. I like almost tight, real tight. All right. Tight and straight and tight.
Do you know what you're saying?
No,
right now?
I lost myself the second we started this. The second you said we're going live, I was gone, son.
You didn't even hear me say live, did you?
No, all I heard was tight, real tight. Anyway,
I'm all right. Okay, so
strict tight, strict tight.
all right. So to me, co-op. To me, co-op is any game where you're working closely with other players versus
For a common goal.
a common goal, but not in the sense that it's multiplayer, like competitive. It's
So
got to
as
be
long as you're not versus other real peeps.
right. So PVE, player versus environment.
Cooperative PvE. All right,
So
all right.
loosely, that would apply. I'm saying loosely.
Tightly.
This is mine. You can define it. You can define it as tight as you want. To me,
I will. Anyway, sorry. Sorry about the tightness of this
I
episode.
need a minute. All right. So pretty much, to me, that would cover games like the PvE and like raids in World of Warcraft or other MMOs. That would cover a cooperative game like, say, the campaign of Battlefield 3, something like that, where you have cooperative
Campaign,
play.
though.
Yeah, campaign. Not the multiplayer, because the multiplayer, again, is a multiplayer competitive type game. What other?
Isn't it a competition to beat the environment, though, too?
Yeah, but it's not competitive.
Some people like to beat it
Now,
faster than others.
If there's a score to beat, it may disqualify it from my definition. Because if you guys are each going up against each other for score, whoever has the higher score wins. That's competitive.
But what if it's only just two
competitive
people?
co-op? I don't know.
Like when we played Zombies ate my neighbors and killed my family.
Right, and then I totally trashed you and
Because
made
you
you look like a
stole
fool.
all the kills and you stole everything and kept shooting me. Yeah, I remember that too. But, so is that still considered cooperative, you cheating?
That's a good question. What do you think?
I hate games, so I'm gonna leave.
Did you like stumble into here on
See you
accident?
guys later. I am not drunk enough for this. No, I pretty much have to honestly disagree because those are the basic criteria that I would use to fight. As long as it's not like team versus team, because then it's. I know technically you're still working together, but that doesn't mean it's a co-op experience to me.
What was that voice?
That's what I assume some people, when they disagree, that's what they sound like, I guess. That's what my brain tells me. Well, that's not accurate of what... that's just what they sound like to me. I'm sorry if that's not your real voice, but secretly it's your real voice. But anyway, before I get too distracted... yeah, that's about it for me. Yeah, I think PVE. I just prefer closer to just couch really.
Okay. So even if
it's
it
almost
has,
like if it's like wow, there's so many people. You can't even. Yes, you're still working together, but it's like everybody. It's just so chaotic.
but even in dungeons, it's still cooperative. I mean, you got 4 other people you got to rely on.
Yeah, but co-op for me is more. I feel like the criteria is still kind of the same, but I feel like it's a smaller groups, of people.
Yeah.
Like when you get to like raid and stuff like that, it's just so chaotic. You all know what you're doing, but I mean chaotic in the sense that you're really not really talking to each other. You just basically tell everybody what they're doing, and then nobody really talks unless it's like heals, need heals, pull aggro. You know, it's not like I don't feel
because
like
you have
much of a
you have a
tight-knit-
single raid leader.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're doing most of the organizing.
Communication. You know, we're more just like pawns. You know what I mean?
So
for me, it's still kind of the same like what you said, but maybe not as many people, because then there's really not as much communication, and you don't really. I still enjoy the experience, but it's not the same kind of enjoyment as it's just you and someone else doing a story by them, just you two. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I kind of see what you're saying. So you're more about co-op
to me
that forces small group interaction within just a couple
I
people.
wouldn't necessarily say forces, because God,
but it
I would hope that
requires.
people want to
it
play
requires.
with it.
You know what I mean? Forces
Yeah.
requires. It requires that person-to-person interaction.
And I feel like with such a smaller group, you can actually really, the two people can get more emotionally involved in the story, rather than.
Would you consider Destiny's maps?
Destiny has no story.
Well, you know what I mean, though. Would you consider that co-op with 3 people, or up to 6?
It's hard to say because there's really.
Because you're familiar with raiding in that game, and I'm not. So.
Well, no, just that kind of sense of it really is not that much. Co-op for me, I prefer more story. I'm saying, like, with Destiny, there's really you're all working together for the same goal, but I mean, there's no. I don't feel like there's that much really driving you besides your own personal gain.
Right.
You know, there's no really like camaraderie, but I guess there might be. I don't know, man. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I can't even.
So you even if there is an internal scoring between the 2 players or 3 players,
Yeah.
you would still rather it be a cohesive, unit-driven story kind of game.
Yeah, story.
So would you say like
story.
Rainbow Six Vegas 2 with its co-op, like that?
Yeah, that's probably more like it. But even
Okay.
that still has a little less story than I would like.
Hmm.
You know, like I would like The Order or something like that, or BioShock.
Hey,
That
we'll get
would-
into that. Don't be spoiling. Don't be spoiling. We're
All
getting to
right,
that
all right,
topic. That topic's coming up. So
More that kind of a story. I would.
So a completely story-driven game, but with co-op elements added in. Would that be your
that would
ideal?
be ideal, yes.
So what is your definition of co-op though? Like what is your current definition of co-op? Disregard the ideal, but go with what we've got. What
I would say
there
maybe
is.
like Borderlands is probably like the closest thing for me. Then that would be the most ideal of what
Borderlands
So
2.
like tight knit groups, you know, not massive amounts of people, to where and still story driven.
Okay. All right. So I can agree with that, but I think for me, it still stands. It's any environment where it's players versus environment,
Regardless of scale.
Regardless of scale, yeah, that's still cooperative to me because I did a lot of raiding in World of Warcraft, and I would have to say that's one of my idealized forms of cooperative is huge amounts of people working together for a common goal and taking down a gigantic boss.
Oh, okay,
That's like the ideal.
So you would prefer a lot of people then?
Yes and no. It's very dependent on the scale of what you're doing. Like in the event of World of Warcraft, you've built up a character from nothing all the way up to a point of taking down this gigantic creature, this legendary mythic creature, and you actually have to put a lot of teamwork and dedication and effort.
Well,
into
do you
it.
even really feel like you did anything in that kind of a situation where it's just...
Yeah, if your raid is good enough, everybody plays
Well, you
their
always
role.
played healer too, didn't you? So
No, I played a hunter as well.
Oh, okay.
So I've done healing and I've played a hunter, and even then I was still invaluable to the group. Not only as a requirement to do my share of the damage, but to do crowd control, to help call out things, to do polls, stuff like that.
So you actually felt like you were a big part of what was happening.
Oh yeah. Even in the 40-man raid groups, it was still pretty in depth.
Yeah. See, I don't get that. I don't get that from. I feel like it's just just we're all just following the line. Nobody's really anything special. I don't feel like we're all just one piece of the puzzle. One piece of the cog in the machine.
Part of the problem with WoW now is that they have the looking for raid stuff, which does make you feel that way.
Yeah,
Whereas back in classic WoW, I mean, even up through Wrath of the Lich King, before they started doing looking for group, looking for raid, there was a hefty requirement on making sure your team was well selected, and the raids were tuned for 20 or 40 people who knew what they were doing and worked together really well. Whereas the new looking for raid is dumbed down a bit to make it easier.
because I felt like even someone could be lackluster and still could get through it, if the team was set up well enough. So I didn't feel like anything was really important.
If your team is set up right with good enough gear, then you could bring in someone who was substantially less well equipped to be there. But it would help bring them up.
Yeah,
so.
But like with smaller games, like say Borderlands, I feel like you really do have to rely, and you can be more attached with the other person in what's happening because you rely on them much closer than everybody just doing their own set thing. Right. You really truly rely on that one other person to make sure they're helping. You're helping each other out. You're watching out that other person's back. They're watching your back.
Right.
So you're really getting to be deep in the experience together rather than it's just nobody's ever. I'm not saying that it doesn't take work or anything like that. You know what I mean? I know each person has their own job, but I just feel like I don't really get to experience the cooperativeness in that large of a scale. Yeah. Personally.
Okay. Well, let me take a moment to say hello to Jeremy Wiz7. He says hello.
What up?
Thanks for watching.
Man.
So let's recap. Let's lay down our definitions for sure. So for me, co-op is a game where everybody is working together towards a common player-verse environment goal. For you, it's a small scale of pretty much that same thing.
Yeah, it's still PvE.
Yes.
Just with less people so you can be more bonded with the people you're gaming with, so it's more of a personal experience with another person.
Okay, so now that we've defined co-op for ourselves and given our definitions so those who are listening or watching can...
Check out the shirt, guys. Banana Draft.
That's a pretty sweet shirt. But now that we've defined it for our listeners and our viewers, now we can kind of delve into the rest of our topics. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one.
By the way, people watching, if you have a topic you want us to talk about, if you want to ask us questions, feel free.
Yeah, feel free to drop it in the chat, and we'll try to answer whatever we can.
Let me know about that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the end of the show, we'll do a little bit of breaking down what topics we can and
kind of
wrap up the show a bit. So let's move on to our. Now that we've defined it, let's kind of move on. So, what single-player games should be co-op, in your mind?
Mine is going to be... The most ideal would probably be, like, any of the BioShock series. Like, imagine Infinite, if, like, you and me got to sit down and play Infinite. Like, if you were What's-Her-Face and I was Booker DeWitt.
That would be pretty cool.
Wouldn't that be freaking awesome?
That would be awesome. Yeah.
And you got, or each whoever you picked, you get to control their powers or whatever.
Yeah,
it's just,
for sure.
I'm all about story, man. Story is what I crave, and that's always what they let go of when it comes to co-op games. I feel like it's never you get to experience the amount of story that they put into a game like that.
Yeah.
You guys can't see this. I'm pointing back that way because there's a poster right there of BioShock Infinite, but you can't see it. But
and it's signed by Troy Baker,
like a gentleman.
Oh yes.
But that's what I feel like is lacking the most is like deep, in-depth story cooperative games. They have indie games like Helldivers and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, super fun to play cooperative, but I want a story.
Yeah, there's no real in-depth story to Helldivers.
There's no meat to.
It's just the same thing.
Exactly.
Drop in, complete objectives, pull out.
Like I want some meaty, deep story that I can fully get immersed in with a buddy.
Right.
Is going to enjoy the same kind of thing because that's a rare experience getting to have with somebody else. Is
right.
Fully beating a game with a deep, story that's really great and just immersive. Yeah. I don't have that, and I want something like BioShock or
Borderlands did a pretty good job. But a lot of that was just shoot 'em up.
Yeah, I don't even feel like Borderlands story was that deep, because there was just so much stuff you can do.
Yeah,
in those games. I'm talking about.
So you're talking a very focused, tight story.
Yeah, focused, tight story that's just well written and everything. But
so
you get to have
maybe
a
like the Order 1886 or something like that, like you were saying earlier.
Super immersive and just has a deep story that you can experience with someone else.
Right. For me, it's a hard choice. Like, I would like to see a game like Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider. That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, which has a great story too. Even that would be a great cooperative game.
Yep. I'd love to see like Knights of the Old Republic, if it ever made like a game like that. Would be cooperative.
So like RPG then you're saying?
Yeah, like an RPG would be pretty sweet if it was cooperative. It would be time consuming and it would be long. But I think it would be pretty sweet if you could actually buckle down into like a turn-based RPG like the Old Republic, which is kind of turn-based, but it's like real-time turn-based.
Yeah.
But
see, I'd like an RPG, but I couldn't do turn-based as co-op. That would just be obnoxious.
It works really well in Civ because if you're away from your keyboard, then it's not screwing up the whole game because you're not there.
Yeah.
Right? So that's kind of the advantage that turn-based offers that you wouldn't be able to get out of like a Final Fantasy 13 type game.
Yeah, I think an RPG as well, though, would be really awesome because then you get to build up your character from scratch with the other person.
Exactly.
You know?
It'd be like
you could complement each other's
abilities.
abilities.
It'd be like a small-scale MMO.
Yeah,
which is kind of my thinking.
You could like build your own, like you could each set up your skills accordingly to work out with each other.
So, Greyify just reminded me that Divinity Original Sin is one of those games. It's like kind of like Diablo type stuff, where it's the top-down cooperative work as a team.
How's the story though?
It's amazing.
Is it?
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's really well done. Everything's gorgeous in it. It's a lot of fun. It's
and what is it? Is it? It's like top down or?
Yeah. It's like a top down,
like
a third person kind of like fixed camera angle type thing.
So are we talking like Diablo?
Yes, like Diablo 3 style, like in that same vein. So that's one, but I feel like cooperative games are so few and far between.
Yeah.
And I would like to see something like Fallout 3. Or something like that, or one of the Skyrim games, or Elder Scrolls games like Skyrim or Oblivion. That would be a lot of fun as well, to do like a first-person type thing, where you can like do the third-person view if you want, but it's ideal in first.
Yeah.
And then you could just kind of sit there with your buddy, and then you can be like, oh, check it out, I got this new armor, I can make you some armor, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool too.
What do you think about like a game like The Witcher?
You see, I just don't know because the story is focused literally on only one person. Like, it is literally about The Witcher.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you could plug someone in there without screwing up the story.
Well, no, either the story would have to be fully adapted. I don't mean just pop them right into a game that's already made just about the one person. I mean, like, that universe, you know, and that style of game with another person. Because, like, don't they have, like, the White Witch or something? There's, like, some... Aren't you looking for some other Witcher, like some white-haired lady, I think is something in the third one, I believe.
I'm not sure.
Oh, but even so, I just mean like that universe. I think would be really.
It is.
Awesome.
It's a very rich universe. So I agree with you. Like Dragon Age would be cool, cooperative too.
Dragon Age isn't cooperative.
No, it's only single player.
The newest one.
It's got an online cooperative kind of cooperative competitive type mode, I guess.
Like, see, I hate when they do that. I hate when they do that. If
you're
they just make it good.
I tend to agree with you. The story would make it strong.
But it's like it's almost like a second thought for them. You know,
so
just toss on in.
Little Gerardo 123 just asked if we like Minecraft griefing, and I have to say no, man. Griefing's never okay.
I'm gonna have to go against that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree respectfully.
I'm gonna have to disagree. Not respect. Don't grieve. I hate when people do that.
So, I would agree. I really like when a game can deliver an awesome story and make it so you can take your friends along for the ride. And I feel like Rainbow Six Vegas 2 did a good job with that because we played that together.
Yeah, we did any story really? What was the story that? It obviously couldn't have been that great if I don't even remember it being. Like, I like the gameplay, like, the mechanics were awesome to play cooperatively, but I don't... What was the story even about? Probably we were going to kill terrorists or something.
Yeah, it has to do with a terror plot, and then you resolve it at the end. I don't want to spoil, because it is a good game, and I think that in my opinion, you should play through it because the Rainbow Six games are always really good. And
purely gameplay alone, you should play through because it's just a fun style game to play.
Yeah, and I really do like the story, and I feel like it does a really good job of. It has that arc, beginning, middle, end. It doesn't like get confused or just trail off. There's no
really
side
right
quests.
To the point?
Yeah, it's very right to the point. I mean, it's a lot of shooty, bang, bang, but for the most part, it does have a story and it gets it across. It's just a little drawn out because they want you to do shooty,
so
shooty,
is it
bang,
just
bangs.
like basically a Call of Duty story?
A little, but I think it's a little bit more. I don't know. You can't really say over the top because the Call of Duty stories are always way over the top
they get
with like
ridiculous,
nuclear explosions
exactly,
and crap. But
slitting people's throats.
it's a very Tom Clancy story. So Tom Clancy has very intense moments and very driven scenes, and they do a lot of that in Vegas. And maybe we should play that sometime.
Rainbow Six Siege, man. Rainbow Six Siege.
I am looking forward to Rainbow Six Siege, but sometime we should stream the Rainbow Six Vegas 2 campaign together.
Last time we played it, I was garbage, man.
Because
I've
you're
never
using a mouse
died
and keyboard,
so
dude.
much.
Pick up
in my
a
whole
controller,
life.
and the whole thing will change.
Like my memories of that were good. I'm trying to not taint those memories because I was just getting destroyed, so bad.
So, conspiracy stuff says, Tim, George, hope you guys are having a splendid evening. Thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
And he says,
very kind of you.
glad you're here to finish out my workday. Not sure how we suggest topics, but...
You do it like this.
Could you...
Say something right now. Suggest right now.
Could you please talk to me about Star Wars Battlefront? We will, conspiracy stuff. We will get to that here in a little bit. We're going to finish out this topic. We're going to go to a song, and then once we come back, we'll talk a little about Star Wars Battlefront, and then we will...
Yay! I'm excited.
It is May the 4th, so May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you all. And
Happy Star Wars Day. Just to give you guys a little heads up, tonight I will be streaming The Force Unleashed, I believe. I think that's the one I settled on. I'm going to play Star Wars The Force Unleashed.
The first one or the second
one? The first. I think it's got the better story.
It's such a fun game, man.
But
God, where did
going to be
that
streaming
go?
Star Wars The Force Unleashed this evening. And,
like a gentleman.
I'm going to play as much as I can before I get sleepy and go to sleep.
Sweepy baby chime.
Indeed. So, let's go ahead and take a look at a song. So, let's see. Oops, that's a blank thing. All right, so Zimbolt is an artist who is incredible. Zimbolt allowed us to use one of his songs as our intro song, and that's "You Win, LOL." That's a great song.
Because we win.
We win. So this song is called "Generate the World," and Zimbolt gave me permission to use his music as we see fit,
Sweet.
and we really appreciate that.
Thanks,
Zimbolt
man.
is incredible. Please check him out.
Check him out.
If you go to soundcloud.com/Zimbolt, all the links are right there. You can get to Facebook, Twitter. I think he has a Tumblr. Check him out. He's got some really cool music, and you can download it all for free. There's no pay or anything like that, but you should definitely give massive thanks, like we are. Zimbolt, you rock. This song is called "Generate the World," and I'm going to go ahead and...
generate the world.
We're going to generate the world. So we'll be back shortly in about 2 minutes.
Generate.
All right. From the amazing Zimbolt,
Alrighty then.
that was Generate the World. SoundCloud.com/Zimbolt, Z-I-M-B-O-L-T. Thanks again, Zimbolt. You are the man.
The man with the plan.
Music's amazing, and everyone should go download everything and
you
then
bet
shout
me.
it from the rooftops and be like, Zimbolt!
Zimbolt lives.
Zimbolt!
He's a man.
The man, the myth,
The
the
man
Zimbolt.
bolt.
The man bolt.
Of Zim.
I am the man bat.
Where's the Joker? Where's the Joker? That was my.
What do you want with me, Joker? Alright, so
Can we trust him?
before we move on to the next topic, which is biggest pet peeves in co-op, let's talk a little bit about Star Wars Battlefront. So November 17th, it's coming out.
1776. Oh, sorry.
It's coming out about a month before the movie, Episode 7. So it's going to be focused solely on. It's going to be focused solely on the original trilogy, is the idea. So we're going to see the classic Stormtroopers, which I'm really excited about. We're going to see the classic
You mean
Scout
you
Troopers.
don't want to see the duck-faced ones?
Let's not talk about the Duck Troopers.
I can't wait to see you make a duck-faced trooper outfit. I'm just gonna walk around and
No, because I would have to run around and go quack 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 quack. And besides, it's not the Empire anyways, so they can have their stupid costume design. It's fine with me.
Dumb stuff.
Big dummies. They're the
Duck
First
face.
Order. They're not the Empire anymore, losers.
How's it called, the First Order?
Yeah, they're called the First Order. Bunch of punks. The First Order and the Resistance.
The Resistance.
They sound just as pansy as the Rebels.
Oh, it sounded more. I thought it sounded like Mike Tyson, really.
Now Kith.
China.
So it's gonna be sweet. I mean, that's pretty much all I can say.
No, they
I'm
don't have
excited about
large-scale
it.
space battles. I think it's going to be stupid.
That's what a lot of folks are saying. And I mean, we've talked about this at length before, and I don't want to rehash the entirety, but kind of to
For
sum
the
up
most part.
my thoughts on the whole matter, give it a chance. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do. They haven't even really released any gameplay footage yet. What they've shown is
I think there was actually a demo when at the actual
I
conference.
don't know if there was. I don't think it was.
heard.
I don't think it was playable though. I don't think they had a playable demo. I think they only did a trailer.
Are you sure?
I'm
almost
pretty sure.
100% positive because I was watching some things and people were saying that they actually got to play it, but I don't know if
I
you
don't
could
know.
actually record it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's no
I don't know. I could
press.
be absolutely wrong because I didn't get to go to
You are.
Celebration.
You
this year.
are wrong. Okay,
But-
that's the end.
From what I can tell, it looks really amazing, and I mean, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be really well built. It's going to be on the Frostbite 3 engine as Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and Hardline. I mean, it's going to
When
be
pe-
absolutely cool. It's going to have amazing particle effects.
Yeah. Well,
gonna
when
be
people
cool.
say obnoxious things like the whole space battle thing it's just come on. Let them worry about the core game before you're gonna, bash the whole project. Everybody knows that that's what people are gonna want. Large scale space battles. Like,
Oh yeah,
that's of course
Well,
that's
yeah.
gonna happen.
people. It seems that a lot of folks think that they don't even know what was in the old game. Of course, they know what was in the old game, but they want to make sure they master the basics first.
exactly
Build that from the ground up, like they did with Battlefront 1, the very first one, and then add on to it from there and make it better. Add on story elements.
I don't know if you guys
really
ever
beef
heard of
it
anything
out.
called DLC, but there is future of games.
That
and
is
stuff
true.
happening, I don't-
Space Combat DLC.
Oh man,
Yep.
that's a real thing. But
That would be cool.
Of course, they're gonna freaking put that in there. Like, are you
Naturally,
kidding me?
naturally.
That's just a natural progression of what's gonna happen. But let's make sure the base game is gonna be a solid build
Yep.
before we start worrying about if they're gonna have every single space fight there's ever been and everything in the world.
Right.
Give it some time.
They're not even covering prequel or new trilogy. So it's like, why we're freaking out about them not including space battles when they're not including 6/9 of the entire series.
Yeah,
So give it time. They're going to come out with Battlefront 1, and I bet you they'll try to do this either yearly or bi-yearly. So we'll see another one within a year or two that'll probably cover the new trilogy and maybe incorporate some of the elements, some of the really epic battles from the prequel trilogy.
Yeah, it's just you can't write it off just because it didn't have everything you wanted. It's like they almost want them to have just remade the games that already were. Just put in fresh graphics on the old game, and that's what we really want. Give them a chance to actually fully flush out this idea and make it full, and finish.
That's right.
it. Give it something new, because I personally don't want rinse and repeat games.
I'm tired of seeing a yearly Call of Duty. I'm tired of seeing a yearly Battlefield. I want something fresh. And if they take this and really knock it out of the park, it will feel so different and so epic that we won't even remember what space battles were, because Battlefront 2 is going to be such a distant memory. We're going to be like, that game was crap compared to this. And I'm not saying give all your faith blindly to EA either.
Yeah.
Always be skeptical. EA has been known to screw everyone over. I mean, look what they did with Maxis. They destroyed Maxis. They almost ruined the Sims franchise with a crappy launch of The Sims 4, and they're just now recovering from that, thank goodness. And then they totally botched SimCity, and they shut down Maxis. So it's interesting. It's something else. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing what they do with it, and I'm
not writing it off just
well,
yet.
I have faith in DICE. I don't have faith in EA. And EA owns DICE, but DICE still does its own thing. I mean, they still have a lot of leeway, and it seems to be helmed by a group of people who know what they're doing and know how to make a really killer shooter.
Yeah.
So I really do plan on giving it a fair shot. Hopefully, we'll see some gameplay footage.
And I can
in the next
almost
month.
guarantee that eventually there will be space battles.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like,
at some point,
that's gonna happen.
So,
it's like not
Conspiracy Stuff said, "Appreciate your take on this. Can't wait to play." Me either, man. Me either. Thank you so much for the
Where's
suggestion
my time
of the topic.
machine?
And let's take a peek.
Sky.
Oh God!
Anybody hear that?
Nope, I didn't hear it. I'm not listening. All right, so let's take a look at our next topic: the biggest pet peeves in co-op. George, what's your biggest pet peeve in co-op?
My biggest pet peeve in co-op is Tim.
Is it me?
No.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
we'd actually have to play games together for that to work. But my biggest pet peeve in co-op games is when each person doesn't get their own loot. It's a shared loot pool.
Like in World of Warcraft or things like that?
Let me not just... Because World of Warcraft, you still... Each person...
You only have a chance for loot.
The World of Warcraft, it's... they usually do, like, rolls. There's
there's rolls.
Thing happening.
There's rolls.
But usually in co-op games, it's whoever the D-bag is that gets there first and snatches all the stuff up.
True.
That's what I can't stand. Or
where it's not tagged loot, like tagged
exactly.
to a
that
random
person can only pick it up.
Yeah.
It's anyone who grabs this, that's yours.
Yeah.
It's like, because you always have that people, the little dude that runs up and takes everything.
Loot ninjas. Loot ninjas. So your pet peeve is loot ninjas.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I cannot stand. I will kill everyone. I will burn it to the ground.
Mine is uncooperative random teammates.
So just some dude that...
Take Helldivers, for example. You get in a game, dude just sprays and kills you over and over again, whether intentional or not.
Okay.
Look at games like Minecraft.
So is it...
Our buddy Little Gerardo is a good example. Maybe I hate griefing. Maybe that's what I hate the most. Little Gerardo... Yeah. F you. Anyways.
I could almost say
a little bit for even bringing it up.
So is it more like team killing, or
it's kind of a combination?
Really?
Well, no, because everyone's got to start somewhere. But when it comes to there's a point where it's almost intentional. Like if you get into a... Let me go back to World of Warcraft and tie this to that. You get into a random dungeon group, right? Because I haven't played WoW in a while, so let me preface with that. Excuse me. Wow. Ooh, Mountain Dew burps got me. It got me. Delicious.
That was the second time. This is good.
So let me go back to World of Warcraft, and you get in a random dungeon group, right? You got people that don't know how to play their class, and they're level 100. Are you serious?
The bot characters.
You went through 100 levels of gameplay. No matter how fast it is, you went through 100 levels of gameplay. You went from 90 to 100 and still didn't learn your class. Are you serious? There's not that many moves anymore. So it's crazy to me because you get people who just don't know what they're doing. They don't bother to learn. Ignorance, and it's not bliss in games because you're just gonna tick off your teammates. I mean, it's annoying, and I would have to say my number 2 is griefing.
Yeah.
And I mean, a good example of that is when we played GTA together, Grand Theft Auto 5. People just come up and just like start mowing you down, and then
they just spawn kill the hell out of you.
They spawn kill you like you wouldn't believe, and it's ridiculous because I understand that you can easily disable your stuff, but you're in an open world environment. Why would you just kill everyone you see? It just to me it doesn't make sense. And some people would argue that that's the point of the game, and I feel like the point of the game.
I would have to disagree with that.
I feel like the point of the game is to find groups and do missions or heists or find lobbies, not to just run around and grief the crap out of people.
Yeah,
like I had a guy.
You could just do that in the single player.
I had a guy who was in a car chasing me, and he was in the mode where you can't be hit, passive mode. Yeah. And I went to a gun store, and he was just it was me and you. He was just following us, and we got into the gun store to buy weapons, and the dude, even though he's in passive mode, backs into the gun store, which makes it close instantly, and we can't buy anything else. Yeah. And he just followed us around and kept doing stuff like that. And I mean, that's griefing in its basis form.
Obnoxious.
So yeah, little Gerardo, you're a griefer, and I hate you. Anyways,
I hate everything about you, and you're horrible.
And by the way, for those who are not in Twitch right now, he was bragging about griefing somebody, which is not okay. Never grief. Don't do that. I hate you.
I hate you if you do. You're stupid.
All right, so
yours is griefing. Wait, what was it? Ignorance and then griefing.
Yeah, ignorance and griefing. I think those are my 2. It's not hard to learn how to play the game. The games come with tutorials, very in-depth tutorials most of the time. Yeah. So there's no reason not to know how to play, especially in a game where you level. And you can only get in groups based on level.
What if they bought their character online?
Then they need to go and grief themselves
to death. Grief yourself into a volcano of death and never come out because we hate you.
Into my volcano lair. All right, so pet peeves out of the way. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Let's move away Let's move away from what pisses us off. And let's move into our fondest co-op memories.
I'm gonna let you take this one.
I got a lot of them. All right,
all right. Since you have so many,
I've got a lot. I could go on top 3. I go on all friggin' day, man.
All right, top 3. Top 3. I don't have 3, but since you have so many, top 3.
All right. So, I think one of mine would have to be going to Molten Core at level 80 in World of Warcraft, and killing every boss, right down to Ragnaros, the very last boss, and just wiping it out, just destroying it. And we did it in honor of a player who had passed away, who was in one of the guilds, and was a raider friend of everybody's. I mean, we all got together. So, in their memory, I believe their name was Kesa. And we all went down to Molten Core.
That was their in-game character name?
Yeah. And Kesa did a lot of raiding, a ton of raiding, and had killed one of their first raid bosses was Ragnaros, the big boss. So we went down there and we killed Ragnaros, and where the giant hammer fell in the ground, there was 40 of us total. We all surrounded it, and we all did a cheer, and we all shouted for Kesa at once.
That's awesome.
It was amazing, and it was such a cool way to send the memory of someone off. It was beautiful, and I will always remember that. That'll always stick with me. And I've got a lot from WoW that I played a lot when I was in high school, so I have a lot of memories. Game Addictions 03 says hey Game Addictions. Hey. Appreciate you watching. Up? Thanks for stopping in, man. So, what about you? What's one of your fondest memories?
I gave you 3, man.
I gotta do 3?
Yeah, I thought we were gonna go back and forth. 3. I have 1, and it was just.
Well, then you do your 1, and we'll come back. We'll come back.
Mine, unfortunately, I'm sorry, it doesn't involve you.
Oh, dude.
Actually, you know what? I think I have 2 now. Now that
okay, all right, do one, then I'll go again.
One of my fondest memories was back when I was a little jit.
Yeah.
And that was with a G or a J, not the S word.
Right.
Because I know someone's going to jump on it. But it was my sister and I, we would we were at like, I think maybe like my uncle's house or something. But every time we went over there as a family, me and her would just go in the back room, and he had a Sega Genesis, and we would always just sit back there, and we would both be co-op playing Streets of Rage 2.
Nice. That's a good game,
it was
too.
so awesome, man. We would just, you know, she got mad at me a couple times because I would steal some of the gold.
Yeah.
She'd be like, that was supposed to be my gold. And I'd be like, shut up, go to your room. And then, but it was so much fun, you know, because we would be, you know, both be trying to share everything. We would try to get as far as you can to the end. And she could never get to the she would always die, like, one room before, like, the final boss. So I'd end up having to fight the boss by myself. But it was just really fun, you know, getting to experience that game with her, you know, just playing
for sure.
all the time.
So Game Addictions 03 says, I love game glitches. Those are my memories. You know what? That actually is one of my memories with you.
Dang it, that's the one. Don't tell me you're about mercenaries.
Do you want to share that one?
That is mine.
All right. I'll let you share that. So Game Addictions, dude, they make great memories. No lie, they really truly do. Like they make for some of the most interesting moments that you'll have in gaming, I think. And game glitches, if they ever like find a way to make sure no glitches ever happen, I will cry because they're always a good time. One of my other memories that I actually is with you, but it doesn't really involve glitches, but it was where you and I played a lot of Battlefield Bad Company 2. We worked together at Play and Trade Video Games. There was one in Bradenton. That was a while back. But we used to play Bad Co 2 all the time. I mean, we played Mercenaries as well and things like that, and you'll get to that in a minute. But we used to play it, and we would just sit on hills and snipe. And we would be the most tactical mofos out there. Oh my god, that was so awesome. He and I, as a squad of just two guys, would take almost an entire map on our own. Like when we did the demolition, where you go to plant the bombs on the 2 points every time, we would be snipers, and we would work our way around slowly and just pick everybody off as we go, and we would get up there and plant every time and just keep it on lock. And I will always remember playing until like 3, 4 in the morning, just owning people. That game was so good, and we had so much fun in that. And we would just sit there and try to figure out, like, we would sit across the map all the way at the end and snipe. And we would start of the map. We would figure out the bullet drop, and we would call it to each other like 3 lines, and we'd aim it, and we would just like arc bullets across and just pick people up. It was so good. So awesome. People used to get so mad, and we used to get so much rage. It was so good. Sick. God, it was that really was fun. It was good times. I just remember them being like in that, whatever that one like desert map was. You know, we'd be sitting like right at like the spawn point of the map for us. You know, because you have to like run that super far distance to that little like mini camp that was back there, and there was like the mountains on the left. Yep. And you'd always have those snipers up in those mountains, and we'd just be prone, laying like next to a tree, just ooh, and just pop their heads. And, oh my god, that was so awesome! Oh, for sure. God, that really was sick. All right, now getting the Mercenaries, my other one, Mercenaries 2, was freaking. If you want to talk about glitches in games, the amount of times we broke that game, oh my gosh, was so awesome. Like, one of the fondest memories is, like, when remember that, like, big ship there was out, like, in the water? Yeah. Just falling through the ship and being trapped inside of the ship and just trying to figure out a way to get out of there was just freaking awesome. Because it was just, like, the most ridiculous stuff would happen in that game, glitch-wise, and you'd just be like, what just happened? Oh man, and trapped in buildings. That was another one we played till late all the time. Like, we played the crap out of that game, and we just screwed around most of the time. Like, we're like, you want to do a mission? Did we ever even beat the game? Yeah, we did. We did. Okay, I know we beat the game. Yeah, because I don't really I vaguely remember the ending, but I remember the credits rolling. Yeah, that had destructible environments, right? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, God, that was such a fun game too. Yeah, my god. Game Addiction says his friends hate him because he's a really good sniper with quick scopes and stuff, and they hit him with his own remote. that would build some memories, I think. If I got beat by my own remote, I don't know how. I don't know how long I'd be friends with whoever was hitting me, but it'd be a memory, right? Pissed off, man. Stop sniping me. Another one of mine would be staying up for the midnight release of the Halo games. and then getting into a group with friends and just playing through campaign levels, and then mixing it up and getting like you would be like one of the first people home with, and one of your friends would get on, so you'd start the campaign and then you go do multiplayer when everyone else got on. But I think my favorite thing was after you got tired of the multiplayer that first night, when there's so much, it's such a roller coaster of servers up and down and lag and craziness that interrupt myself. Pabov08 says hi. Hi, Pabov. Going, man? Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for watching. But it just going through at like 2-3 a.m. when you got school the next day, and playing through them with your friends on Xbox Live. It was something. It was something special, that's for sure. And I'll always remember that because we would all like come up with like when Halo 2 came out, you could make your customizable emblem. Was that Halo 2 or was that 3? I think
that might have been Halo 2, yeah.
But I remember being like working with my friends on making awesome emblems and crap like that.
Triforce
and in Halo,
all day, man.
Halo
Triforce.
3, you could make your couldn't you make, was that 3 or Reach where you gave yourself the 3-letter tag or whatever?
Like the clan tag thing?
Yeah, or like the 3-letter designation so someone could call out to you and that sort of thing.
I don't remember which one that was.
It was 3 or Reach. It was one of those two when that first came out. But that was cool, like setting random ones and seeing what the word filter would pick up and stuff like that.
What you'd allowed to get away with.
Oh yeah. Well,
I had a lot of good memories of like the Scarab fights. Remember that?
Oh yeah, those were
Halo
intense.
2, right?
Yeah, 2
like
had
when
the
you
Scarab.
first were getting to the Scarabs, and
you had to like clear it out and everything. Those were nuts.
And just that massive explosion and stuff. That was really fun.
That was intense. So Game Addiction says that he loves Halo, and he has 1, 3, 4, and Reach, and he's beat them all.
Nice, man.
Very nice. I absolutely adore the Halo games. I think 4 was my least favorite out of the bunch, if I were to make a decision on that, to get off topic a little bit. Yeah. But I believe that 4 was my least favorite. We don't have the Xbox One yet. We're hopefully going to get a couple
more
of those
money
in the future, but we kind of sank a lot of dough into all the tech we have going for the show right now, so maybe sometime we'll have them. But thanks.
I am interested in seeing about Halo 5.
I'm stoked about Halo 5. Guardians looks really good, and I'm not too keen on the weird cloak that Matt Achieve was wearing, but.
Well, I'm trying to figure out just through all like the trailers and stuff. I'm still so lost to what's actually happening.
Well, like it's very
weird,
vague,
like,
but they're doing that crazy, augmented reality, like meta game where you gotta like you remember the I Love Bees thing from Halo 3. I think we're back.
We could possibly be back, people. I don't know.
We're gonna see.
So we're gonna see right now. Shoot a bo bo do 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 do. Oh, oh, oh.
Yes, we are.
Channeling some of my Kanye West.
What?
I don't know. I don't know where I'm
channeling some of your Kanye West.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that because Kanye West isn't the.
We're back. Sorry about that, folks. That was unfortunate.
Difficulties.
It happens. I apologize. OBS does not like my computer at all.
Isn't there a trailer thing? Can they even hear us because there's a commercial?
No, they. I don't care.
I don't.
Some people hear us, some people won't.
Some people.
So, anyways, so what we were saying about Halo is that I feel like when 343 was given the game, they dropped the ball big time.
And the whole debacle with Bungie is really sad.
It makes me sad. And then take a look at
it was Bungie's baby, man.
Yeah, but take a look at what Destiny ended up as.
They dropped the ball on that, man.
Bungie gets their own ball and they drop it.
People have just been playing with too many balls, dropping too many balls, man.
So many balls.
So many balls have been dropped.
Lots of balls, guys. So many
dropping balls.
All right, so pretty much.
That was my sound of balls dropping. Sorry.
Pretty much, the way I'm looking at it is that.
And the worst part is Bungie could have been. I mean, Destiny could. Have been so much better easily,
it could have been
just by telling more stories.
And I agree. It could have been way better if it would have just included a way to read the stories in-game. That's all they had to do, and they didn't do it.
Yep.
God, I don't even think it would have been that hard to implement, to be perfectly honest.
No, really. It's like, there shouldn't have been the whole secret grimoire, you gotta go to a dumb app or whatever.
I know.
It's stupid.
They don't even necessarily need to have, like, audio or pictures with it.
Like, I don't feel like you should have to search for your content in a game. Like, come on, man, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I tend to agree, and I don't know. I just feel like they dropped it. I feel
My
like
phone sucks too much to try to have that.
yeah, and I feel like 343 really screwed the pooch too. They had such a good chance to really drive it home.
They could have just really made it their own, and I don't feel like they did.
They have another shot though with Halo 5, and it's looking really good. So fingers are crossed. I hope everything works out.
That's probably their last chance, though.
It is, though. I bet you either Microsoft will kill it if this doesn't do well, or the consumers will.
It's sad, though, because it's such a beloved franchise, you know, and if they would have just accepted it as their own, because I just don't feel like they have as much passion for it as Bungie did.
Right.
You know, because they didn't come up with it on their own. You know, so they didn't. It's not. I don't know if they just had the same kind of feelings. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and they like really felt that. But personally, I feel like there wasn't as much care put into it.
Yeah,
as there was for when Bungie was on the projects.
Right. Well, our buddy Digital Swifty just joined.
Digi, what up, son?
Yeah.
Get
all
it.
Right.
Hoo-hoo.
All right. So, I actually think that kind of wraps up the show.
Oh my God.
This
whole having to stop doing this midway is like getting real old.
Midway?
I mean end way.
What?
Finish way.
What does that even mean?
Feng shui. Now the other shui we can think of. Witcher 3, No Man's Sky, everybody get on a big year for games. A lot of good games coming out here. You got Witcher 3, you got Batman.
It's going to be a good year.
You got No Man's Sky, you got Battlefront.
It's going to be a good second half of the year.
Freaking everything. Yoshi's bailing out on here, and that's not Yoshi.
Well, stop slamming on the table, man.
It's an exciting time for the gaming industry, man. Oh, it's just gonna be awesome, people. Woo!
And Swifty
PCP
has just informed us we got to 6 followers.
Thanks.
Thank you, Swifty, for letting us know. Thank you to the 2 who have followed us. We really appreciate the support. We really love that you guys are enjoying the show. And you know, we're gonna be wrapping it up here but remember, it's 4th of July. May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th of July be with you.
It's May. Oh my God, did I just say it was the 4th of July? I am so wow.
He's a little full-on bore retard. It's probably not even episode 29.
Oh yeah.
It's episode 97. This is the future. Back to the future is real. Life sucks. How you doing?
Hey, Firestarter 66 Games says random stream hype. Keep that hype. Oh yeah. Easy.
Sorry. He said hype it up,
dude.
Man.
Take it down and.
God, man, I can't even.
All right, not enough hype. Not enough hype. But Firestarter, thank you so much for watching.
And by the way, that's a good song by Prodigy. I think it is.
What is it?
Firestarter by Prodigy.
Oh, I don't know.
Check it out. It's a good song. If you're into that sort of technical-y kind of macaroni sound.
Macaroni sound. Oh yeah.
Yes.
He just asked if it was episode 69. It is not. It's 29.
I wish it was episode 69.
We're going to have a special celebration
freaky,
on 69.
Let's say a lot of weird stuff's going down with Yoshi or Luigi on that day.
Weird stuff's already happened to poor Tails.
Oh yeah, I come in today to the studio, okay? And this little guy right here. Hold on a second. This little guy,
you should take it up to the camera in a show.
Innocent, I gotta tell the story first.
Okay.
This innocent little guy had some things going on with his rectum. All right, now check out the severity of his wounds in his butthole. Like, look at that. And nobody knows how that happened. But when I got here, Sonic's finger was pointing out. And Tails was sitting on his lap.
Sonic knows
so
what happened.
Someone's getting spenetrated, if you know what I'm saying.
And
someone's going to need a Smith motion.
Oh,
anyway,
man. Sonic,
so that's
you
what I had
freaky man. That's all I got to say, you freaky boy.
And Donkey Kong was just like, what is happening?
Donkey Kong's like,
and Luigi had this screwdriver.
It's crazy. It's like a prison yard out here.
Exactly, man. Ridiculous. Someone's getting penetrated, and thank God it wasn't me this time.
Oh, man. That's brutal.
But, yeah. So
all right, well,
that's what happens.
Before we wrap up, remember that for May the 4th, I will be playing...
4th of July 4th.
May the 4th. It's May the 4th with you, not July 4th. Welcome back, Game Addictions. We're looking at May the 4th stream tonight. I'm going to be playing Star Wars The Force Unleashed.
The
Yay.
July 4th Unleashed.
The July 4th Unleashed. It's going to be fireworks. It's going to be crazy.
4 sabers.
So
Penetration.
we appreciate you guys watching and joining in, and we'll be back. We're back every Monday for this show specifically.
Between 6:30 and 7.
Yeah, that's usually when we start. We're going to try to start at 6:30,
What are we,
but
Pacific? No.
Eastern.
Eastern.
You're on the completely
Eastern.
wrong coast, too.
Eastern Standard Pacific. Pacific Standard Eastern Potato in Smith Morton.
So we're looking at
We're
Wow.
looking for Smith Morton.
You've totally derailed me. All right, so next week
My
between
fault.
6:30 and 7, a big shout out to Zimbolt for
Thanks, man.
letting us
Awesome
use
music.
amazing music, and
As usual, good work.
As always, I mean it's incredible that you even liked our show enough to let us use your amazing music.
And then thanks for marching.
No, watching. It's watching.
Marching. Thanks for watching.
Please check us out, insertcointheater.com. You'll find links to everything there, our Twitter, our Facebook, the
All the
Twitch
things we
stream, which
do.
you're watching on right now, our YouTube channel, which this will be up on later.
What you're not watching right now.
You can also leave us comments or suggestions on the site. You can send us messages here on Twitch. You can send us
Messages
messages
while
on
you're
YouTube,
watching.
Twitter, Facebook. Do what you want to do.
Explain to me what happened
Tell,
to Tails'
threaten
butthole.
us, call us names. I mean, Swifty's already doing that in the chat. 'Cause he's,
Wait, should I lap it?
Yep. All right, so guys, we were waiting all day for this.
Here we go. Here we
Yeah,
go.
we'll give it to you. It was a little late. It was a little delayed, but
I'm surprised.
so
honestly.
so we have a
Stop
running.
timer.
We're calling it the dick clock.
This is the dick clock.
How long it takes for someone to pop in the stream
There
and
you
be
go.
a
I'll let
jerk?
you show them how long it took.
It was an hour and 4. Minus say about it was at 1931. So what time is it now? So it was 4 minutes ago. So at almost the exact 1 hour mark. Actually, no, it was a little further back. Hold on.
And speaking and talking, yeah, talking and speaking.
Shut up. We're back on.
Sorry.
I am so
I
sorry,
sing,
guys.
every time it goes down, I create my own song to sing until it's back up.
Oh
and
man,
it's awesome.
We got some tweaks to figure out, guys. I apologize. We are done, but check us out on the right-hand side of the site. InsertCoinTheater.com is a link for iTunes. You can leave us a review there. That
Please
helps us
do.
out
Yeah.
because then people will listen to the audio version of the stream. Same thing with the Stitcher link on the right. But most of all, just hang
Just
out with
come
us.
watch and chill,
Yeah,
man.
chill with us.
We want
We
to
wanna
talk to you
talk
folks,
to you
man.
guys. God.
It's so hard to find people to talk to in this world. What
George.
happened to Tails' butthole? That's all I want to know. He's been,
Sonic's not telling.
he's been violated.
We've got Don't Ask, Don't Sonic.
Don't ask, if you know what I'm saying.
So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. Thank you guys so very
Thanks
very
for
much,
watching.
and
We appreciate it always.
I will be back on later tonight to play some Force Unleashed. If you guys want to come hang out and bug me, I'll be around. But
I won't be.
happy Star
I'm gonna
Wars
be
Day.
sleeping.
May the
4th of July be with you.
yes.
As Tim would say.
And you guys have a great week. If we don't see you before then, we'll be streaming throughout the week whenever we get time. But
check out his stream of The Order.
I'll be playing the order throughout the week. So feel free to make fun of how bad a shot I am.
I believe that.
I'm a pretty terrible shot.
I believe it. I believer it.
You believer it? Are you a believer?
No, I hate him, and I hope he does.
Why do you hate him?
Because his face makes me want to hit him.
I think he's a douche, but I don't hate him.
So you're just friends with douches? Don't answer that. Do not answer that. We're gonna pass right over that.
Found
I
it.
never said
Found
nothing,
it.
and I hate the side of your face.
Found the douche.
Anyways,
So you guys
have a good one, guys.
A good one.
Check us out.
We will see you all next week or sooner. We love you. Thank you for watching.
Salute.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. We cool. We so cool. We the best.